strike. Oh, that was close. Turned past the outside edge. Sandeep is enjoying his time in Scotland. And in fact, it has to be said that Nepali Brains Trust have done a brilliant job. They knew they were coming to foreign conditions here, difficult conditions to them, very different to back in Nepal, and they spent a long time before those ODIs in Dundee, as that one is just pushed out towards deep point and gets cross off the mark. They spent a few weeks over here. They were playing side, they're playing into Broughty Ferry to partake in that round of matches in Forfarshire.
It's a little bit fuller, and it couldn't be dispatched.
And I think really they've reaped the rewards from that. They were the most successful of the three sides in those ICC Cricket World Cup League 2 fixtures, picking up 3 out of 4 wins, and that is a huge thing for them to be able to pick those up in Scotland.
No run off that ball either. Wickets down, 30 on the board for Scotland after 7.
आया भाई आप इधर कभी आए हैं ये क्यों ओपन करता है क्या ये दरवाजा ओपन है ऑफ कर बंद कर
10 for 5 as it stands. Scampering in so quickly. I was watching the fielding practice of the Nepalese.
Hello. Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
And it wasn't a team just going.
Just wait.
Really are a team that likes to have fun out there.
They have fun, but they are unbelievably professional. Keep talking about just how good they are in the field. At least defends another one. And talking to their
Bro, I know क्या होता है नहीं हो सौरभ ब्लॉग ला ठीक से ब्रो ना ठीक से
Short runner.
Yeah, talking to Stuart Law throughout this series.
Full toss. That's going to find its way to the boundary. Nice shot, Michael Lees.
Hi, Shala.
He loves to score in the
Tami Haner. Soga Demi Handes.
See Irie angling the ball in. Just punches it down the ground.
There was much room on that shot, went off the back foot, pushes through for a single.
And just to make that point on Stuart Law, the coach coming in, he's just taking.
Nachineko Saurabh Blog चिनेन को र सौरभ ब्लग भन्ने खासै देखे जस्तो लागेन छोरो त होइन मेरो छोरो हो र छोरो
He's already effected a run out. Those corner pockets that are longest part of the ground, around about 75 metres. Yeah, so Stuart Law just.
छोरो हो ए कहाँ पढ्ने होला क्रिकेट हेरेर बसे जस्तो लम्फो पढ्ने होला नि अच्छा सौरभ ब्लग हो मैले हेर्छु है खान्छ अहिले के राखेछस् फ्री फायरको राखेछस् मैले हेर्छु अहिले भाइ बाबुले फोन गर्न कि नै बाबु ड्युटी आउनुहुन्छ अझै म भर्खर आएँ सुनेछस् कि नै म बोलेको भन है भाइ छोरा बा ड्युटी 7 बजी सकिन्छ मेरो 6 बजी सकिन्छ म सकेर आएँ मैले भात बसालेँ अब भात सिटी लाग्यो भात खान्छु तरकारी छ बिहानको बाबाको ड्युटी 7 बजी सकिन्छ 7 बजी आउनुहुन्छ बाबा
to cross. Superbly well yesterday.
राविछाने 8 ओभर 47 रन 5 विकेट यतिको हाइटको केही भयो भने ठ्याक्क राखेर हुन्थ्यो
So experienced World Cup performance.
ब्रो हाय ब्रो
Plans up.
भाई आपका नाम क्या है
Around the traps and
हाँ?
what a
नूरा
crashing everywhere.
आपके पास स्टैंड है स्टैंड
Really is noticeable.
स्टैंड 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 नहीं है स्टैंड क्यों नहीं है स्टैंड होना बनता है ना
Partnership so far. Still really not able to let loose. Run rate just under 6 at the moment.
Yeah, they really have to
स्टैंड
just
नहीं है यार
consolidate. They're still, this pair are going about to run a ball. They need to just stop the send the flow of wickets.
मोटो लगाएर दिनु भयो सौर्यले हेरिरहेको छ र यस्तो हल्लामै महासला
The wickets, but it has been very tight. Tidy over looming.
Full toss. Off the legs. Only 2 men out there. Scotland will just settle. 4-1.
अहिले सोधेको जर्सी खेल्नु कि सिएसके म आरसिबी सिएसके होइन भाइ म त छोरा म त कलकत्ता फ्यान हो कलकत्ता केकेआर आरसिबी नि होइन सिएसके नि होइन तँ के हो र के को फ्यान हो र भन् त एकछिन रोक है गयो फेरि यहाँ लाइभ गयो काँडा हुन्छ फेरि यो लाइभ 1 मिनट है मैले ल्याइहाल्छु भाइ 1 सेकेन्ड रोक छोरा एउटा यहाँ आयो भाइ आरसिबी रे है तेरीमा टक्ली आरसिबी हो आरसिबीको क्याप्टेनको नाम मलाई लेखेर उ गर त आरसिबीको क्याप्टेनको नाम के हो त्यो लेखेर यहाँ पठाउ त गुगलमा नहेरिकन
They're still being pinned down somewhat.
कुशल भुर्तेल बोलिङ गर्न आइरहेको त रजत पाटीदार है तेरीका कडा रहेछ यार छोरो त कडा रहेछ मेरो छोरो त यार जित्यो नि त आरसिबीले ल हेर है केटा ल तिमीहरूले चाहिँ आज चाहिँ क्रिकेट हेर्ने भयो मैले यस्तै गरेर क्रिकेट रजत पाटीदार हो सही हो रजत पाटीदार अहिले जित्यो नि त आरसिबीले भाइले त डान्स पनि त गर्छ गर कान्छाले त खतरा हो भाइ छोरो हेर छोरा आरसिबीको सबैभन्दा धेरै रन कसले हान्यो अहिलेको सिजनमा कोही गएर फर्स्ट सेकेन्ड केही भयो कि नै यो मोबाइललाई एउटा राम्रो स्ट्यान्ड मैले भेटाइरहेको छु यहाँ
Pin them to singles.
गर्छ सही हो गर्नुपर्छ डान्स यहाँ मैले एकछिन हेर्दै सौरे
Well, Scotland are going to have to pick a bowler to go up against to try and get some runs, but at the moment it's been very tight from the Nepalese bowlers. All the fives, 55 for 5 for Scotland after 10.
एकछिन यहाँ मोबाइल अडेन क्या भाइ यार हेर अडाउँछ कि कस्तो आहा दामी आहा क्लियर आहा क्लियर आहा नि बन्द कस्तो आहा छोरी केही घुमाउनु पर्ने ओर्ने छ कि सिधा आहालाई हेर्दै छोरा सौरे सौरभ क्लियर देखिन पर्यो के
Yeah, they won't be panicking though. They know that they've still got runs back in the pavilion, certainly potential runs. So this partnership is crucial. They want to try and push up, maybe try and get that score up around that 125, 130 mark, maybe more.
Well, he went for the sweep. Well, he'll stay where he is. And if you are going to go down on one knee and try to sweep, you really need to make good contact. Let's have a look at this.
सौरभ सब्सक्राइब हानी छौ कि नै मलाई
Well, I think it might. He came an awful long way across, and I think the umpire Ian McDonald believes that might have pitched outside and impact outside.
There's the reverse. Nicely short third, Cannon just pops the ball back in.
Impact outside being the crucial factor, of course.
गरे छु ल ल त्यहाँ मम्मीको मैलाडा भाइको मैलाडा एक दुईवटा मैलाडा धेरै भयो भने गर्ने कता छु अहिले अराखातिर छु कि बुटलतिर खास खान्छ नेपाली खेलाडी सबैले चिनिख्यो कि नै अहिले बल फालेको किरण थुङ्गाना भन्ने हो क्रिकेटमा इन्ट्रेस्ट छ र सौरभको पहिला खास इन्ट्रेस्ट गरे जस्तो त मलाई लागेन तर इन्ट्रेस्ट हो भने ठिक हो एकदम राम्रो छ एकदम बवाल
Looking to open up, partly fielded. Sheet just getting the touch.
Yeah, he's just not been able to tee off as he normally would. But the thing with Michael Leask is he's had what you would think would be a muted innings. He's still 20 off 22.
Still the Scottish skipper. There's not in great danger. Drives it away. And Scotland will cross for 2. Progress slow and steady. They have made a good recovery, Scotland. They need to find a way to push on. 59 for 5.
हाम्रो मेन वेबसाइट भनेको युनो टिभी हो त्यसैले युनो टिभीबाट हेर्दिन्छ है साथीहरु
For 18 1 for 12 getting things started. For Banshee as well, 1 for 15. It's all very economical.
साथीहरुले चाहिँ सबै लिंकहरु युज गर है मज्जाले हेर है
Continue. Second over. Well, that's a big shout as well. May have been similar to the last one. And again, Scotland attempting the sweep and Leask not making the contact.
Well, this time it's David McLean. We'll try and have a look at that one again, just after the ball.
Thrashed away. And Casey does well, gets himself in front of the ball, sends it back in, the Scotland are sent back.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy, why would you try and test Karen Casey's arm? I thought better of it. Here's another look at that LBW shout. Again, he's a long way across his stump, outside the off stump. So perhaps the feeling that again, maybe impact outside. It's getting close though.
In the air, but safe.
This pair just have managed to calm things down again. We might start to see them try and push on pretty soon, next over or two.
Again, it's just another single, but if you're Michel Bertel, you're quite happy with that. He's got 5 singles in his first over, 3 of the 4 in his second, also being pushed away for a single. Some fielding adjustments there.
You hear those cymbals clashing. They've brought so much passion and colour to this ground.
Well, again, he tries that shot, Matt Cross. Doesn't get it away.
Yeah. And they're just having trouble perhaps picking the length, the bounce. It's not been the easiest ground to sweep on. We've seen the reverse sweep. Has been a shot that hasn't always come off either.
Steers that on the offside this time. But again, it's just a single. 63 for 5. Scotland making progress. It's slow progress, but progress nonetheless. See the problem Scotland have had when they've lost the wickets. They've steadied since, but that run rate only once, punching up to 8 when they over. A little bit of equipment change coming on for Michael Leask.
The last boundary came on the 3rd ball of the 7th over. So that's how good a job Nepal have done of just choking off the runs for Scotland. Now, I wonder if these are Michael Leask's lucky gloves. Maybe this is a sign. These are his acceleration gloves. He is, I mentioned, Michael Leask in beast mode. When he finds that, it is something to watch. So Scotland will be hoping he's got that in him today. Lamachani back.
Michael Leask's highest international score is level 58. Very experienced player. 68th T20 international, so there's not much he's not seen. Lamachani continuing from the Meldrum Gardens end. There's the sweep. Well, he's done it a few times, and that one has found its way through, and the Scottish captain is bowled.
Lamachani back in the wickets again, picks up where he left off yesterday, and it's the skipper. Scratched around for 15, tried to steady the ship with Leask, now departs. And that one, well, it just seemed to skid through on cross. He played well over the shot. That ball just skidding through a bit low, straight on. The googly. And it brings Chris McBride out to the middle. What a time for Chris McBride to come out.
Well, Matt Gross scored 33 against the Dutch, but the Barts only scored just 50. I think you're right, where he kind of scratched around. He never looked convincing today. We all get the good days and the bad days, and I think knock it down as one of his better.
The responsibility on the shoulders of Michael Leask grows. If the others can bat around Leask and he can stay out there, you don't write off them getting a decent total on the board. They can look to defend. They'll look to defend whatever they get. But McBride, no slouch with the bat. He's forced his way into this Scotland squad because of just the weight of runs he's scored in club cricket. A busy player, quite wristy as well. Just needs someone to stay with Michael Leask at the moment.
Oh, he's bowled him. What a ball that is. The stump absolutely taken out the ground, and it's a first ball duck for Chris McBride. Never got a chance to get settled. The stump went flying, and he's back to the pavilion.
2 in 2, and Lamachani is on a hat trick. Bamboozling Scotland here in Glasgow. What a ball to get first up. It's the googly again. Back into the right-hander and sends the off-stump flying. That is absolutely perfect from Sandeep. What a wicket ball to get first up. Don't be surprised if we see it again. As Sharif makes his way to the middle, we've had just about everything in this series. Are we about to see a hat-trick? Safian Sharif, he played a blinder of an innings down the order in Dundee a couple of weeks ago. Now he's here to do a rescue job. And it's the same thing. Can anyone stay with Michael Leask? At the moment, desperately needs Scotland to bat around him.
Well, he wants his field. They've added a slip, which is not surprising. Michel Bertel has come in there. He had a hat-trick in the Under-19 World Cup a few years ago, and he's getting ready to see if he can do it at T20 full international level. Scotland and Nepal playing at this level for the first time. Scotland not having fun. The hat-trick ball.
And it was the googly again. Oh boy. Safian Sharif breathes a sigh of relief. Everyone else was holding their breath. They can exhale now.
You never want to be on the receiving end of that hat-trick ball. Just again repositioning the field slightly, bringing Long off a little bit further round. Here he comes, good length. Well, so he's thought about the single, gets himself back in time. Well, if there's one thing better than a wicket maiden, it's a 2-wicket maiden. Let's see if he can achieve it. One to come. You can see there are gaps, obviously, but just trying to pick your moment. And that was not Scotland's moment. What an over that was.
63 for 7.
So somebody's going to have to ask the question, so I'm going to ask it. Are Scotland in danger of not reaching 100, or do they have enough in their batting locker to try and get there? Because it's been a tough old afternoon out there.
Talent-wise, as we see Bertel continue after the magic over by Lamashani, they absolutely have the batting firepower to do it. So, ability-wise, I think they've got the ability to get the score up there to 120, 130 even. Possibly even more if both of these players get going. Strike it very well, but the problem is they keep running into the old wickets.
Shilling again. And the ball, we're quite happy with Scotland. They're just going to pick off singles here.
One relief for Scotland, they have actually already passed their lowest ever total in T20 internationals. That was 60, 2021 against Afghanistan.
Again, just going back off the back foot to try and get it away, but it's just going to be a single again, as the ball is whizzing in from the outfield.
They've only failed to make 100 7 times in T20 international Scotland, so we certainly won't want to add to that today. Sharif doing his job there, just turning the strike over to Leask, who has got himself well set now. You're just always waiting for him to pull the trigger. He's that kind of player. Problem is at the moment is that he really has to stay out there, you feel, for Scotland.
750 runs at this level now, that includes today. He was in the air, but it was always going to be safe. And again, just a single.
We talked about the ball stopping in the pitch.
हेलो अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने सबै साथीहरूले चाहिँ युनो टिभीबाट हेर है हाम्रो मेन वेबसाइट युनो टिभी हो त्यसैले युनो टिभीबाट हेरेर सहयोग गरिदिनुहोस् है ल है साथीहरू यो लाइभ बन्द हुँदैछ त्यसैले सबैजनाले हेर्ने साथीहरूले चाहिँ अरू लिङ्कहरू पनि प्रयोग गर है रिफ्रेस गरौँ है रिफ्रेस गर्नु माथि अनि अरू लिङ्कहरू पनि हेरौँ है यो लाइभमा प्रब्लम आइरहेछ है ल सबैजनाले युनो टिभीबाट हेर है गुगलको रुममा गएर युनो टिभी सर्च गर्नुहोस् अनि हेर्नुहोस् है
No more than a single with any ball. Scotland limping their way forward, 68 for 7. Well, there's two players with plenty of experience out there for Scotland who have been in bad situations before. This is a situation which is pretty bad, 68 for 7. Still got 6 overs to come, and Scotland need to try and make the most of them. But you're just in that horrible little matrix moment. You don't want to be conceding your wicket and leave balls unplayed. You do need to start to get things moving along. Manchu to continue. There's the sweep, that's a successful one, and it's past the fielder on the boundary. Basia Ahad was out there. Let Scotland find the boundary.
Consider the trigger pulled.
Nice shot.
You eat something?
Yeah, that one's just sat up
Me
nicely
eating,
for
bro?
Leask. But I think we might see him start to put the foot down now.
Just tickles that one through.
And he tries, he was trying to play that one late. Because we've got the fielders backward point both on the ring.
इसके लिए रन ही बना है ना क्यों हो रहा
In the air, but safe. Scotland are going to come for a second. Schaefer will have to move quickly. He does so.
That boundary coming at the start of the over. 6.5 overs since the previous boundary. That is a long time in T20 cricket. Just reflects how well Nepal have done.
Has moved on to 31 from 31 balls. Oh, drove it back down. Don't think you can call that a drop. That's a good effort.
Oh, I'm afraid in the books it's going to go down as a drop, though. They're the ones, they either stick or they don't. They did brilliantly. You're right. You're so right to get down there. And Michael Leask, again, will be breathing a sigh of relief.
Oh, he somehow smuggles that one through. It'll just be a single.
Oh, inside edges, dropped return catches. It's tense here. Here's that drop from Raj Banshi, who did so well to get himself down there. But ball not sticking in the end.
Well, again, it's another fine exhibition of Nepalese bowling. Scotland finding the boundary. It has been a while. 75 for 7, 5 overs to come.
Double right, shade right. Hello, double right. Hello, everything.
Well, Scotland have really struggled here.
Scotland को हावा निकाल्दै छ यार केटाहरुले.
Through 15 overs, it's not been easy. The back-to-back wickets. Scotland were 63. Certainly not a help. Cross and McBride going back-to-back.
It's been doing the trick here today for Rohit Podol. Been able to cycle through his different spin options. Settling back now on Devendra Singh IB.
कहाँ गयो त नेट दिपेन्द्र सिंह आइरी why like that Scotland किन यस्तो भन्छ हैन म दाहिने आउँदाखेरि खाना भयो भाई नेट नहीं है नेट है उतैबाट गएको है। म आइदिएको त लाइभ स्टार्ट गर्न एडमिन बनान छिटो के भयो भनिराख्ने यहाँ सबले। उतैबाट गएको है। उतैबाट गइरह के भयो थाहै छैन। एकछिन नहात्तिम है। लास्टतिर भइरहेको थियो गयो यार ठ्याक्कै यार। नेट नहीं चल रहा है। स्लो है यार। खाना क्या खाए? खाना अभी इधर बनाता है हाँ बुड्ढा। सुबह क्या करता है आप? बाहर। हाँ
क्या करेगा?
मैं लेके जाता है इधर से। अभी कभी वो राइस बनाएगा।
वो लंच का ना?
नहीं मॉर्निंग का है ना।
मॉर्निंग भी रेस्ट रहेगा?
नहीं मॉर्निंग 10 10:30 में मैं चाय कॉफ़ी बिस्किट अंडा ऐसा खाएगा।
वो मैं वैसे खाएगा लंच का वो
1:32 में राइस खाएगा इधर से लेके जाएगा।
वो मैं वैसे ही
हाँ
टिफिन के साथ
इधर से लेके जाता है आप?
हाँ 3 दिन ऐसे किया।
हाँ पैसा बचता है।
ऐसा बच किया।
सही है।
काम अच्छा है?
हाँ
काम अच्छा है?
काम तो अच्छा है मेरा। ड्यूटी किधर भी सेम है ना।
कितना करना? 9 to 6
9 to 6 है।
तुम्हारा?
लेकिन मैं 8 बजे उधर पहुंचता है 7:50 7:54
गाड़ी में जाएगा
साइकिल में
साइकिल
बाहर है ना साइकिल
इलेक्ट्रिकल
नहीं नॉर्मल है
बहुत
नियर है नॉट अ फार नॉट अ टू मच फार नेट किधर जाता है कभी कभी आप बनाएगा वो बुड्ढा को खिलाएगा अच्छा है ना कुकिंग मालूम नहीं है